Hi everybody, Giselle Grenier here from artplace.ca. In this video lesson, I promise I'm going to try to keep it short. I want to create a piece of stamped paper to use as a background for one of my book of backgrounds pages or art pieces, and you can also use this for collage material. And I've got a piece of rice paper here, and I've got some scrap pieces of tracing paper. And this all came about because I was getting some emails when I was doing some of the book of background videos using the ideology paper, and people were first people who were remote. They couldn't, they didn't have access to it and didn't really want to order it online because of shipping costs, which are getting really high. And others where they didn't want to spend the money at the local or the big box art store, and they wanted something more unique to themselves. So whatever the reason is, so I created some videos on using stencils and all that stuff. So I thought this one I would use the stamp blocks, but to show you how you can arrange something. So you can see through here, I did a little bit of planning to save time. I just grabbed a whole bunch of stamps, and what it is, I put them together like a puzzle piece. And it doesn't matter what the stamp is. I do have a focal on nature, of course, nature and music, because that's just the way I am. So I put together these blocks. There are some spaces in between, and then I took one quote, and this I'm going to emboss. And I wanted to make this kind of like a gratitude piece. And with this here, once it's stamped on here, you don't have to use the whole piece as, you don't have to use the whole sheet. You can tear it and put it on your background for your book of backgrounds, or use it in your artwork in whatever way that you want. And this piece is actually stained. So what I'm going to do is, I already know that I'm not going to remember how this is going to stay. Like as soon as I move it, I'll forget. So what I'm going to do is, I have a big piece of plexiglass here, and I'm just going to move the pieces over. And I am not a professional stamper by any means. I just got these on sale, and because I thought it was kind of cool. I make a lot of cards for people who order my pet portraits, and I always put a print of the portrait in the card as a thank you, and for memorial pet portraits. So, the stamps always come in handy. I'm going to have this sheet ready, and just to show you. So here's another one I did, just random stamps all over the place. This is a whole bunch of stamps. And again, I would never use this as a whole. I would just tear pieces. If I did use it as a whole, I would just put, translucent gesso, because this is just a background. If you're creating a focal point, then you wouldn't be doing it in the book of backgrounds piece. You would, if it's a focal point, you would do it after you've got your background done. I'm going to be using, the nice smelling, seriously, it smells nice, black archival ink, and I'm just going to stamp. Actually, I'm going to do it this way because it's quieter. And this is going to need to be re-inked, and I'll just start at the top. Okay. Then I'll go to the next one. And I'm going to off. I actually should have did that with the other one, because I hate cleaning stamps. And then what you'll do, you'll get a background out of this as well. Okay. And you can fast forward through this part because it's the same process. I'm just going to be stamping this on here. Alright, so I stamped all that and I filled in some spots. Now let's do the quote. I'm going to do it with, let's do perfect medium. Everybody's got the, oh, better have this ready. Everybody's got their favorite medium. I just buy the stuff, like why I got this, another one, it's just to try an experiment. It's usually when the stuff is on sale, or unfortunately that place that closed down was Memory Keepers in Hamilton, the only store around that had stuff like that, and it was so sad. Okay, so this is Perfect Pearls, this side up. Doesn't say the color, just as Perfect Pearls this side up, Perfect Pearl. Doesn't say a color or anything. And then the Ranger Perfect Medium, so I'll try that. I've got my heat gun ready. I'm going to put the scraps. Put the scraps on what? Oh, guess I'll put the scraps on here. If you're a card maker, you're going to laugh at how I do this. I am not a professional stamper. So that's transparent. Excuse me. Oh my God, this hasn't hardened. The heat was really bad. And I'll just shake, shake, shake. And I have to be careful of this because of my allergies. I don't use embossing powder a lot. Let's see if I can just put that in there. And it looks like I got powder outside the quote, which, from what I heard, is common when it comes to Perfect Pearls. I also have embossing powder on the side, which is what I prefer using. And I know that I can take a little brush and brush the stuff off. Now, the other thing it could be too, the humidity in here is really bad. Yeah, this isn't coming off. Well, let's try this and see what happens. I'm going to put that aside. Mia's leaving because she knows what's going to happen. Okay, a bit of noise. Now you can't see it too much. Okay, it is set now. Actually, no, it's not. Uh-oh. Okay, hang on. Let's see. Let's see. There we go. So it's set now. And when I go to do painting, this will act as a resist. But if I wanted to create something that was darker, let's see what this one does. Let's do it on something else. Let's do it on here. I like using the embossing powder because it's what do you call it? It's more granular. And my allergies don't react as much with this stuff. There we go. Never, ever, ever use this stuff when you have an AC or a fan going. This is, what is this? This is from Ranger, super fine detail embossing powder silver. Let's see what happens with this one. Oh yeah. Gorgeous. Oh, wow. Okay, that's me. That's my style. And you know what? I want that on there. Nope. Nope, let's not do that because it's an experiment. So, jeez, I just love that look. I want to see how this works as a resist when it comes time to putting it on the book of background. So let's leave it at that. All right, so there you go. So that's one way to create your pattern paper. And then here what you can do is if you have something small, so if oh, where did that stamp go? If I just use this and, no, let's not use that because it's wet. And I'm just going to put a piece of tape over the actual main quote. And actually I could just, that way it'll be random. To fill in the spots. Because I already know that I'm not going to be using this entire sheet. So I can fill in if I want to do an off stamp, then come back. Off stamp first, then come back. So I'm getting a second generation stamp. Okay. Come back with a different one. And this is just a great way to fill in some words. Oh, let's do the other one where it says friendship. See? So it's just a way to fill stuff in. So I'm not going to do anything here. That's it. So I hope that you enjoyed this, got some ideas on using your existing supplies, and I would love to see what you've done. And if you are a professional stamper, please don't criticize how I do my stamping. I'm not a professional stamper. I just like what I do, so that's all. But I would love to see what you've done, and feel free to email me a picture, or even better yet, share it on our private Facebook group. My contact information and the link to the Facebook group is on the website at artplace.ca. I would love to, if you like these types of videos, you want to see more, click like and put a comment and subscribe and all that stuff. And if there's something specific that you'd like to see, please post it in the comments below, and I will do my absolute best to do a video, to the best of my abilities. All right, so I'm off to clean up this huge mess, and the next video I think I'm going to be doing will be creating stenciled and stamped backgrounds in combination with metallic paint and DecoArt glass stain. So I think I'm going to be using that. So have fun, and until I see you, stay inspired.